Leaf tallies are really pretty. They are quite tricky and they take a lot of practice. I want to show you several ways of making leaf tallies, and maybe you'll find that one of these ways works well for you. So these pieces here that form the flower, those are leaf tallies. These are also leaf tallies. This pattern's available in my shop, and this practice pattern is in the dragon pattern, but you don't have to purchase anything to practice this. So I'm going to start here. You just need 2 pairs, so you need 4 bobbins, and I put my first pair and twist, my second pair and twist, and now I'm going to join the pairs by doing a cross, twist, cross, and then I'm ready to go. I want to show you a close-up of what is happening with the threads and the route that the threads are going. I'm using the third bobbin, so 1, 2, 3, and this bobbin is going to go underneath and around the 4th, and it's going to go underneath the one in the middle, and then over and under the first one. A good piece of advice that I learned was to tension on one side, not both sides. So I always tension on this side, and it helps me keep track of my threads, and leaf tallies are all about tensioning and control of the bobbins. So I'm just doing this slowly so you can see this thread is the only one that's moving. The other 3 are passives. And holding these side threads out to the side is how you make your leaf wider, and then bringing them down more is how you make the leaf taper off at the end. You see, I'm just going over, under, over, just back and forth, and then when I feel like it's time to taper, I start to taper. Okay, and it's all about control and tension of the threads. It does take a lot of practice. Don't get discouraged. Your first leaves might look a bit wonky, but that's how it is for all of us. I'm going to put a pin here, and then I'm going to close the pin, cross, twist, cross. And I want to show you a version that is kind of like a training wheels kind of version for when you're just starting out, because it's so tricky to get the tension of the thread just right. So let me back this up a little bit. Okay, so the training wheels, this is the training wheels. You can put a pin here to hold that number 1 out, and this is number 4, and you can put a pin here and hold this one out. And now this 3 is my working pair, so I'm going to bring it underneath and over, and then I place this one back. It goes underneath here, up and over, and I place this back. So it just holds it in place. It keeps the tension just where I want it. Okay, and when you feel like you're ready to start tapering off, you can move these pins down, and that creates the taper. And you can keep moving the pins down as you work. And now I'm going to close this pin, the cross, twist, cross, just to keep it tight there. Another way I've seen this done is, so here's my third bobbin, that's going to be my worker. I've seen it done where you hold the 3 in your hands, and then you just weave them like this. And again, you choose which side you're going to be tensioning that working pair. Okay, I'm not great at this because this isn't how I normally do it, but that gives you another idea. I've also seen there's a tool for, I'm not sure which kind of lace it is. Someone in the comments maybe knows and can say. There's a tool where you it's like a piece of wood, and you place your bobbins in it, and then it holds it for you, so you don't have to worry about how you're tensioning your threads. And I have one more way to show you. Okay, I wanted to change the orientation just a little bit so you can see my hands better. So again, I'm going to use the third one, and this is how I normally make my leaf tallies. So this one goes over, and see, I toss it with my thumb, and then I toss it back, and then I go over and I toss it across. So I'm using my thumb to toss these ones in the middle across. And usually I'm tensioning on this side. That's what feels the most comfortable to me and helps keep my tension just right. And then close my pin, cross, twist, cross. I'm gonna put in a clip here of one of my Lace Guild members and how fast they go, it's goals. I want to give you a couple of tips. So for me, the way that I hold my bobbins, I'm always pulling this one quite a bit while I'm working, and depending on the kind of thread that I'm using, some thread is just slipperier than other thread, and it gets frustrating when you have to constantly adjust the length. So this is a little hair clip. This helps. And I've done this as well. So sometimes, like if you're working with silks or something and you're going really fast, the thread just wants to your knot just wants to bounce right off. This helps keep it on, and you can put it on all of them if you want. except your, well, you can put it on your working pair as well, but I tend to not need it on my working pair because I need to adjust this quite a bit more. You'll need to pull more thread out as you're working, so you want that one free. Another way you could do this, if you don't have these little hair clips, you might have some washi tape. And let me find the end. You can also hold your passive, or yeah, your passive pairs that you don't want moving. You can hold them on with washi tape if you're working with really sticky thread and slippery thread and you don't want it to move, or if it's giving you trouble. You can hold it on with washi tape because it just peels right off afterwards. So that's something to think about. I hope that these different ways help you find what works for you. And yeah, I can't wait to see what you guys work on. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. I'm almost at 100,000 subscribers here on YouTube. I appreciate you. Bye.